In the heart of West Africa, where the rainforests met the rivers, stood a proud and mighty empire, the Ashanti Empire. Founded in the late 1600s, the Ashanti grew into a great kingdom by the 1700s. Its capital, Kumasi, was rich with gold, culture, and tradition. At the center of the kingdom stood the Golden Stool, a sacred object believed to hold the spirit of the Ashanti people. No one sat on it, not even the Asantehene, the king. It was respected, protected, and honored. The Ashanti were brave warriors, skilled farmers, and great traders. They exchanged gold and goods with Arabs and Europeans along the coast. Their kingdom was organized and united under one powerful leader. The people lived with pride, and their festivals, drums, and dances told stories of strength and heritage. Far away in Europe, the British were building an empire. They had already taken parts of India and were now turning to Africa. On the coast of modern-day Ghana, they set up forts and trading posts. At first, it was just trade, gold, slaves, and palm oil. But slowly, the British started to demand more. They wanted control. They allied with small southern tribes like the Fante, who were enemies of the Ashanti. The Ashanti saw this as a threat to their land and power. The Asantehene warned the British. The forest belongs to those who respect it. If you cross it without respect, the forest will fight back. But the British did not listen. In 1824, war broke out. The British sent an army led by Governor McCarthy. They thought the Ashanti would be easy to defeat, but they were wrong. The Ashanti army waited deep in the forest, hidden like shadows. When the British soldiers marched through the trees, the Ashanti attacked with speed and surprise. Drums echoed, spears flew. The forest came alive with war. Governor McCarthy was killed and his body was captured. The Ashanti kept his skull and used it as a war trophy. It was a sign of their victory and warning to future invaders. But the British would not stop. For decades, peace was broken again and again. The Second Anglo-Ashanti War came in 1863, followed by the Third in 1873. Each time, the British returned stronger, with more weapons and soldiers. In 1874, they launched a major invasion into Ashanti lands. Led by Sir Garnet Wolseley, the British soldiers reached Kumasi. They burned the beautiful city to the ground. Palaces were destroyed, sacred shrines were looted, gold was stolen. The Ashanti king at the time, Kofi Karikari, had no choice but to accept a painful peace. He agreed to stop fighting and pay the British. But though their city was burned, their spirit was not. Years passed. A new British governor, Sir Frederick Hodgson, came to Kumasi in 1900. He made a foolish and insulting demand. "I want to sit on the Golden Stool. Where is it?" he asked. The Ashanti chiefs were shocked. The Golden Stool was not just a seat, it was the soul of their people. Sitting on it would be like stepping on their ancestors' graves. The chiefs said nothing, but in secret they called a meeting. Among them was a strong and wise woman, Yaa Asantewaa, the queen mother of Ejisu. She stood up and spoke with fire in her voice. "Now I see that some of you fear the white man. Is it true that the bravery of the Ashanti is no more? If the men will not fight, then the women will. I will call upon my fellow women, and we will fight until the last of us falls." Her words filled the room with courage. The chiefs agreed. They would go to war one last time to protect the Golden Stool. Yaa Asantewaa became the leader of the resistance. She raised an army of over 5,000 fighters, many of them farmers and hunters. They built trenches and blocked British roads. They laid siege to the British fort in Kumasi for months. The British were shocked by the strength of the Ashanti. Their supplies ran low, disease spread. Some British soldiers wanted to leave, but reinforcements came and the British broke the siege. They searched for the Golden Stool, but could not find it. The Ashanti had hidden it deep in the forest, guarded by loyal warriors. Eventually, Yaa Asantewaa was captured along with other leaders. She was sent into exile in the Seychelles Islands, far from her homeland. The British declared the Ashanti Empire as part of the British Gold Coast colony in 1902. Even in exile, Yaa Asantewaa remained proud. She died in 1921, far from her people. But her name became a symbol of resistance across Africa. The Golden Stool was never found by the British. Years later, it was discovered by local people, still safe and untouched. The British never sat on it. They had won the war, but not the heart of the Ashanti. The Ashanti people never forgot. They kept their traditions, spoke their language, and passed on the story of Yaa Asantewaa from one generation to the next. In 1957, Ghana became the first African country to gain independence from British rule. The Ashanti Kingdom still exists today within Ghana, with a king and council of chiefs. Their culture is strong, and the Golden Stool still sits in a sacred place, never sat upon, only worshipped.